Oh, well,
Okay, good. We're on a new video now.
one shot. It's not necessarily a good answer. It's the answer. That everyone, every activity, every activity that is accepted in mainstream society that has a huge impact on the culture of mankind has some type of an event that what's the word, that records the people who contribute to that particular activity and seen in society. So it's only right. It's only right that we, recognize those people for what they did. Imagine you as a player, and you become one of the world's greatest Halo players, and it is because of you Halo 6 is out and it's in MLG and it's giving out $1 million and they ask you to be the official spokesperson and blah blah blah. And then 20 years from now, they're rewarding other people who are playing today's games, and then they go, oh man, Halo would not have started, without the developers of the games to have all these people competing. You're gonna look and you're like, wait a minute, if it wasn't for you who got involved hardcore into the scene, you wouldn't have attracted those people. People would have been playing Halo at home against the computer, and that's about it. And that's as far as it goes. So we want to recognize those people who have gone out and made the name for the scene. The people like the Daigos, the people like the Justin Wongs, the people like Fatality, the people like Moon, and so forth. Those people deserve to be recognized for what they have done. So, that's just what it is. So a Hall of Fame is needed for those games. Hopefully, at the end of this day, or at the end of the weekend, we can raise that money.
Myself, I come from the Soul Calibur 2 community. Um, and Soul Calibur 4 sadly has never been as popular as Soul Calibur 2. It really did stand a chance after Soul Calibur 3, which really put a dent in our community. But I talked with a lot of Soul Calibur 4 players about how tough the competition was in the Soul Calibur 2 days. Because Soul Calibur 2 was so popular, it was a tough community. I mean, the people who are winning tournaments today, I think if they played against the best people in Soul Calibur 2, they really wouldn't stand a chance. And I talk about some of these players, and people are like, who are these people? I've never heard of them. And I really wish back then we had the technology to be saving records of these tournaments, these matches, these tournaments. They'd have 80 to 100 people, hundreds of matches, and no one got to watch them. There was no streaming. There was no video recording. Posts on the internet, people like to say if it's on the internet, it's there forever. I completely disagree with that. I think if you want to hide something, you put it on the internet, because there's so much on the internet, it just gets lost along all the rest of the trash.
That's kind of true. That's
And
kind of true.
information about these past tournaments, it gets lost.
Yeah. So, I'm not playing the games, guys. Well, I should be wearing a power glove. Yeah, you're right. My fault. This morning we were in a rush to make sure we were live at 1 o'clock, but we had some technical difficulties making sure that the stream was at its highest quality. What do you think of MLG not picking up Street Fighter 4 and Marvel, but they picked up Tekken 6 and MK9? Well, first of all, it's not. The first thing I want to say is that it's not anyone's particular fault. MLG tried to pick up Street Fighter. MLG is, from what I understand, trying to pick up Marvel. There are legal issues between Capcom and MLG that they're trying to sort out to make sure that those games can be inducted in the league. Whereas Tekken is run by Namco and Mortal Kombat's run by Warner Brothers, so it's different. The people working with those guys are a lot of, what's the word for this? Yeah, they're a lot more flexible than they were than Capcom was. So that's why they were able to get those games in, and but they're still working on it. So hopefully in the future we should see a Capcom, game inside MLG. Hopefully. I know one shot's like, oh, that was such a full of crap answer. But that is the politically correct answer. See, he said I am. Hey, what do you want me to do, one shot? Huh? What do you want me to do? Behave yourself. So we have Lance here. Yipes is on deck. Persia is on deck. Craymore's on deck. And then soon we're gonna have the remix, and then we're gonna have Andre Jago. Huh?
Can you see the chat?
Yeah, I can still see the chat. Yeah, I'm looking at the bottom, so that's all. As long as I can see the bottom, that's all that matters. We've jumped from. Um, he says, "I agree with that answer, and it's the answer you needed to give." Yes, it is the answer I needed to give. Oh man, it's funny though because when I was younger, playing video games with my friends used to be just play video games and have fun. I'm older now. The politics involved in the video game scene is ridiculous. It's unnecessary for no reason.
I think the politics has always been around. It's just that until you get older, you don't really realize it. And basically, that's just what happens in a competition in general. Competition is about beating other people. So you start having these powerful egos, and everyone's just pushing each other back and forth.
Hold on for a second, Jack. So we have a couple of questions we have to answer here. Okay. Someone says in New York there aren't a lot of arcades. How come? How is someone supposed to get better with the scene? Well, see, that's the problem, and I'm glad you answered that question. And everyone, hold on to your questions because I want to get to everyone's questions one at a time. But this is a very important question. Um, okay, so this is a very important question to answer anyway. Everyone believes that their particular game or genre of game is what defines the video game scene. That is the greatest lie and untruth in the world. Video games, every aspect of gaming counts. It's all connected. I know you guys heard this before, but it's all connected. There is no one genre of gaming that is better than another genre of gaming. So there is no shooters that's better than fighters, or fighters better than puzzles, or puzzles better than dance or whatever. No,
In the words of the masterer,
Yeah.
if you must own, you must own at all games.
Yes, if you're even going to look at the master from the master's level. But we're looking at it from a particular scene. The truth is, the most, I'm trying to find the word for this. The most contributing aspect to gaming is the casual gamer. They are 95% of the entire scene. Period.
I try to explain this to people all the time, and they just don't get it.
And people who look down at the casual gamers, it goes, ha ha ha, I'm a pro. Without those casual gamers, you wouldn't be anything.
What people don't realize is everyone starts casual. Not everyone's a pro. Everyone has to start somewhere. But it's not just that. Think about it this way. If you have 20 casual players, playing in tournaments, what's the chances of one of those players becoming a pro?
Exactly.
I'd say about 5%. Now,
Yes.
if you think about it, for every one pro who leaves the tournament scene for some reason or another, it does happen. People serve their country. They go to war. People, they get jobs. They can't attend tournaments anymore. For every one person that leaves the every one pro that leaves the tournament community, you need 20 casual new players to replace that person.
Yes, but that's on a skill level. But guess what? Even the 20 casual gamers are going to appear. And when those 20 casual gamers appear, the scene is going to grow, even with that pro missing.
It's an exponential rate.
Yes.
People are attracted to games that are popular.
Exactly.
And as long as people are there playing, more people will show up.
And actually, that's not a subliminal advertising for vitamin water. That's a, what's the word for this? That's a shameless pitch. I'm actually putting it there so you can read the whole label. See, notice how I turned it to the side? Then you have Namco right there. Yes. If you build it, they will come. So anyway, these are shameless promotions. Now we have now the person asked about the arcade situation. So let's go back into that now. Now, if everyone supports the scene for what the scene is overall, we wouldn't have this situation where our arcades would be closing down. How does one define themselves from a pro or casual gamer?
There shouldn't be.
Well, you still need lines of definition. It doesn't mean that because there's a difference between lines of definition and
I say if you show up to a tournament, I'm calling you a pro. I don't care if you go 2 and out. You're a pro to me.
well, yes, that's true. Because guess what? If you don't count those people a pro, then let's look at football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and so forth.
Even the teams that never win are still pro.
Exactly. So by that definition, the Lakers got swept 4-0. Hold out, all you Lakers fans. I told you Kobe's not better than Jordan. Like, skillfully wise, yes, but well, we're not going to get into that. Anyway, so the point is, Kobe's team got scraped 4-0. Even the Bulls, who has Derrick Rose, who's a rookie, at least got a game off the
I
Heat.
think you just upset Malice by that.
Well, hey, listen, I'm a Bulls fan. I'm a Pippen fan. I like Pippen over Jordan. Anyone who's been to my Facebook has seen this. I like Pippen over Jordan. I'm a real Bulls fan. Derrick Rose has some time. Derrick Rose, give Derrick Rose some time. He's ridiculous. But the Knicks are not going anywhere, Lance. Did you not hear what Yipe's viral video says? Okay, anyway, go on. Moving forward. So even Kobe Bryant's team that lost he's still a pro. The Spurs, like they got scraped. They're still pros. I'm like, there's so many things I can say to make people's Mortons. But the point is, Boston lost. Lucky D thought Boston was gonna get somewhere. He can hold that 2 years in a row. But the point is that they're still pros. So by Jackson's definition, he's right. However, we still need the lines of definitions. And the people who stay at home and play video games casually, those are casual gamers. People who just play video games because they like to have fun, those are casual gamers. People who play video games to make money or compete and for notoriety, to help
someone who wants to prove themselves.
To prove themselves, those are pros. Now, within that pro level, you have levels of pros. You have the ones that win and the ones that lose. So,
Proud to be one that loses.
But at least you are a pro gamer nonetheless.
Well, see, I used to win back in the day. But
what happened?
Soul Calibur 3. I stopped playing.
Oh, the advent of scrubby games being created.
I shifted my focus from competing in the tournaments to now running the tournaments and, pushing my technology. I run it, we run. So I'm running the Soul Calibur community now. I'm streaming the Marvel and Street Fighter tournaments every week at the break in New Jersey. And, I'm here. I'm trying to stream more. I'm trying to reach out even more technical, administrative level.
I think that's where your true strong point is. I think what you can do with 8-Way Run will be far more, will contribute far more than what you do as a pro gamer. Some people have to understand that when their time comes,
if you've been on SRK for the past week, SRK actually launched a new forum software, new suite.
Yeah.
And a lot of the software, I've been actually working on SRK. I don't work for SRK.
You're a contributor to SRK.
I'm a contributor to SRK. I'm programming some things for their suite, trying to make it a bit better for their members. Things like that, media gallery, their event system, and a few things for their front page.
Yeah, and that's where your real strength comes in. Oh, we got some stuff going on. Apparently, Yipes and Kramer is not getting along. They have some morning beef. Oh wait, what's going on? Hold on. Oh, obviously.
See, I'm a scrub. After that falling down Air Tatsu, I would have just done the guaranteed ultra.
Oh. He's holding on to a super.
No, the ultra. Well.
So let's scroll up on the chat. Let's go to the next. Pretty much the answer to that question is this: support the scene, and you won't, and we won't have these problems.
I think the major question he was asking was not so much about problems with the scene, but more of how to create a scene if there isn't an arcade.
Oh well, well that's what technology is for. Unfortunately, the internet was not supposed.
Oh, okay. If you want a scene, there's two things I have to emphasize.
Mhm.
One, GameFAQs is not a scene.
No, it's not.
You can't go to GameFAQs, declare you're the best, beat the random trolls on GameFAQs, and then say, yeah, I'm the best. The other thing is online is separate than offline. You can be the best at online. Online is a scene. I'm not discrediting online. Some people can't make it to tournaments. So if you have to play online, that's fine. But you have to remember that online is inherently different than sitting in a room with 500 people all staring at you and you can't abuse lag.
Yeah, pretty much. Online has fostered a very
Oh, and online is very
online just can't replace the
Yeah,
online
it's
scene. It just really
well,
can't replace the online scene.
the
However,
internet plus anonymity
Mhm.
equals. I don't want to say bad words on the stream.
yes. But with that said, the arcades, unfortunately, now with arcades, dying out at
Everywhere, even Japan.
yeah, even Japan, it is now up to the internet and streaming to keep the community virtually alive, literally. But this is what, in my opinion, if they're not going to make any more arcades, if companies are not going to promote the different arcade scenes, what I think they should do is they should create virtual arcades.
Well, I think one of the first games that really did that well was actually the first DOA online game, where it had that. It was the first one to pioneer the lobby system that we see in things like Street Fighter and Marvel today,
Yeah.
where one person, two people play, and then 6 other people wait in line watching.
Yeah.
That really does foster that same kind of
However,
arcade.
that it should not be the replacement. People need to understand that those online events are supposed to complement and not substitute or replace. Events like the one happening in Chicago this weekend, the PvP Mortal Kombat Nationals, Evolution, and so forth, those events are still needed. Live events are still needed.
Yeah. So, even if there's no arcade, go to your respective forum for whatever community it is. If it's Soul Calibur, 8-Way Run. If it's Marvel or Street Fighter or any Capcom fighter, it's SRK. DOA has their own websites. Mortal Kombat has Test Your Might. I'm not sure what the DOA websites are right now, unfortunately. I know of several, but I don't know which one's really dominant. Let's see. Smash Community has their own website. I think it's called Smashboards. Go to the websites. Halo has its own websites, I'm sure, right?
Yes, Halo has its own way.
Modern Warfare, same thing. Go to those forums. See if there's a community in your area. Almost all of them have regional forums. Go to your region. If you're on East Coast, if you're in New York, go to the New York thread. If there isn't a community around you, create one. Guarantee you there's colleges around. Start posting flyers in colleges. Host a tournament. Your first tournament, it doesn't have to be a gathering, but people say, hey, there's a tournament coming up. They see it at a college. They'll get the information. Maybe they'll pass it along to a few friends. Make sure to put your number on it. You have to be willing to allow people you don't know to come over to your house, call you up to get information. That's the first thing.
Yes.
You have to be willing to meet new people.
And that's pretty much what it is. And someone said there are plenty of events to go to. People just need to support them.
Shout out to freestepdodge.com for DOA. I completely forgot, and I set up that website.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Shout outs to Malice for letting everyone know about that. And shout outs to Malice for making that comment that there are plenty of events to go to. People just need to support them. And when you support these events,
I guarantee you, no matter where you are, there is an event within 2 hours of you, at least once a month, depending on your game, of course.
And people need to start complaining about they don't have the money to do X, Y, and Z. Like, that's not an excuse. You can find the money. Just what you need to do is budget better. That's simple.
Yeah, running tournaments, it is a little troublesome because I'm from Jersey, and the New York players are always like, oh, but it costs so much for me to get here by train. Really, if you spend $30 for food, entering the tournament, you can spend the additional $6 on the train. Budget
Yeah.
yourself better, you know. Skip a lunch one day, or maybe just don't get that dessert or something.
There's there's always a way. Now, in running back, someone asks, "How do you join the Empire?" Um, I'm gonna put this out there so everyone can understand. It will also clear up a couple of rumors going on. All right, the Empire has stopped recruiting members since 2008. It has stopped recruiting members. Well, okay. Let me clarify that in better detail so people can understand. I, Triforce, have stopped recruiting members, knights, male members in the Empire since 2008. Since 2008. Why? Because we have too many male members, and I wanted to focus on the female aspect of gaming. Unfortunately, that doesn't work too well. Um, all types of people who don't want to accept accountability, people want their own attention, all this other. It's nonsense. We're not going to get into it. But for those who are wondering, how you can join Empire Arcadia, right now you can't. I don't want to turn the stream into Empire Arcadia talk because we want to focus on the IFGAL. So I'm just putting this out there now so no one else has to answer this. But we just can't afford to develop all these other players. We have things that we have to do, projects, initiatives that we have to do in 2011 that just takes way too much time, and the time and attention needed to develop these other players, it's unfair not to give them that type of time. So, we're just trying to do the best that we could. All right.